welcome back to my channel. It has been, I've got you on the table in front of me and it's not straight in, like it's an angle, and that's just gonna irritate me. It seems silly, but it's gonna irritate me. So yeah, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I know that lockdown is getting rather tedious now. We're all sort of trooping through as best as we can, and I've thought, well, in my boredom I've been scrolling social media as you do, and I came across this post and it says 60 horrible questions. But if I'm honest, the questions aren't that horrible. I think they would be horrible if you sort of got a bit of a problematic life. But for me, they're not that horrible. So, but I'm gonna answer them because I feel like no one really knows much about me on this channel. Like, you know, sort of like the basics, but you don't really know in-depth stuff. And I thought, do you know what? If I answer this, you'll all know me a bit better. There's 60 questions here. I'll try to get through them as fast as I can because I don't want this to be a long video. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna just crack on. So straight up, question 1: do you have a good relationship with your parents? Yes, I do. I'm a girl, so I'm not as close to my dad as I am with my mum, but I love them both equally, and I'm pretty close with both of them, so I'm lucky for that. Second question: who did you last say I love you to? Probably Matthew. It is currently 8:57 in the evening and the kids are in bed, and I'm pretty sure I just told Matthew I love him before I came in to film. So yeah, I think he's the last person. If not, it'd be one of the kids. Oh. Number 3: do you regret anything? No, I don't regret anything because I'm happy with how my life is right now. If I could go back and do things differently and still have this life, then yeah, I would do that. But I don't regret anything per se because I'm happy with how my life is right now. Things are sort of going well. We're very lucky in our situation in terms of the pandemic hasn't affected us because Matthew is still working. He's a key worker. He works as a telecoms engineer, so he's still working. So we're quite lucky in the sense that life's okay for us at the moment. So no, I don't regret anything. Happy with how my life is. Are you insecure? Do you know what? I am insecure, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm not insecure with who I am as a person. I'm pretty proud of who I am as a person, but I'm definitely insecure about my body. I'm not insecure necessarily about my face. Like, no, I'm not the prettiest, but I don't have a horrible face. Like, I'm not horrible to look at. But I definitely insecure about my body. Like, having kids has ruined my body, and it's pretty much come to the realization that the only way I can fix my stomach is with surgery. Obviously I can lose weight and it will make me look better in clothes, but the only way to look better out of clothes is to have surgery, and it sucks, but it is what it is. So in the coming years, don't know when, I will have surgery. Even if that's in like 10 years time, it will happen. What's the status of your relationship? Married. I've been married. Funnily enough, it's mine and Matthew's 1-year anniversary of being married in a couple of days. Madness. Well, it's not a couple of days, it's like 2 weeks, but still. How do you want to die? Well, I want to die peacefully in my sleep, but if that's not going to happen, I would at least like to have a painless death. Even if I was to die in a traumatic way, as long as I don't feel pain when I die, I'm cool with that. Cool with it. But realistically, want to fall asleep. I want to die in my sleep. What did you eat for the last time? I'm guessing this means like what's the last thing that I ate? Last thing I ate was dinner, and I had a chicken wrap with cheese, cucumber, tomato and mayonnaise in it. I think that was everything in it. Yeah. Did you play any sports? Do you know what? Although I'm a chunky monkey now, I used to play a lot of sports as a kid. When I was at primary school, for those of you in America, or if you're watching or anywhere else, that's like school below the age of 11. When I was at primary school, I did every sport. I loved doing sports. I still like doing sports, but when it got to secondary school, I just stopped altogether. I don't know, there was something about starting secondary school that just made my anxiety rocket into the sky, and I was like, I can't do sports. It got too much for me. Like the idea of, now I went to an all-girls school as well. I don't think that helped, because girls are really bitchy. But yeah, at primary school I did every sport. I did football, basketball, and I did tag rugby. Really enjoyed sports at primary school. Do you bite your nails? No, I do not. I did used to bite my nails, but I stopped biting them a couple of years ago. Nothing triggered me to stop biting them. It's just like one day I just sort of stopped biting them, and that was that. When was your last physical fight? My last physical fight was back in year 11, and if I'm honest, it was a, you know when a fight's just dead, it was a dead fight. Like no one got injured, no one got hurt, no one had bruises or anything like that. It was just a dead fight. Like the most, like when I think about it, it's like, obviously like with any fight, everyone gathers around and is like, oh my gosh, there's a fight going on. And it's like, when I actually think about the aftermath, it's like, that is actually so embarrassing. No one even got hurt. It was so pointless. Like we just wasted our time fighting each other. Do you like someone? I like my husband. I don't really have anyone, like I'm not someone who likes other people, like even celebrities. I don't have anyone that, like, you know when people ask like who's a celebrity that you fancy? I don't have one. I don't have a celebrity that I like fantasize over or find attractive in a way that I follow them for that reason. Like I don't know. it's just not me. Have you ever stayed up for 48 hours? No, I have not. I don't know who in this world wants to stay up for that long. Like, who voluntarily stays up for 48 hours? Do you not like sleep? Do you hate anyone right now? Yes, there is only one person in this world that I hate. And there's very good reason for that. But you know what? I'm not even going to bother talking about who it is, because just, there's been a lot of drama with said person recently. And I know they're probably watching my stuff because, you know, weirdos like that. Not to mention I have a Facebook page and I never get views on my Facebook page, and I keep getting loads of views on it lately. So it's like, I know who's watching my page, and I'm not about to talk about it in this video because I'm not about to stir more drama, because I can't bother with it. I genuinely have no time for it. I actually have a life. I don't have time to be arguing anymore. So yes, there is someone that I really hate, and one day I will tell the internet why, but today is not going to be that day, unfortunately. Do you hate, just answer that one. Do you miss someone? I miss my son, Harley. I miss Harley so much. It's really hard when you lose a baby, because when I first lost him, it was always a case of like seeing other people having kids, babies out and about was hard. As time goes on, obviously you come to terms with it, but I still have days where I just, you know, you just like think a bit about it too much, and you just end up in bits because you just, yeah, I miss Harley all the time. But there are days when I just really think about him a lot, and yeah, I miss him so much. I also miss my granddad as well. My granddad was so great with kids, and I'm really sad that he didn't get to meet Ted or Ralph. I really am. Do you have any pets? No, I do not. When I lost Harley, funny enough, my mum bought me a puppy, and he was obviously my puppy, but after about 2 months of having him, he became really like attached to my mum. Like he wasn't interested in me whatsoever. So he pretty much became my mum's dog. And then obviously when I moved out, we wasn't allowed dogs in our flat anyway, and it was like, well, I'm not going to take the dog away from my mum anyway, because her and the dog are now really like attached to one another. But technically he is my dog. Technically he's mine, but he lives with my mum. How exactly are you feeling right now? I feel a bit, I don't know, I feel a bit stressed. I have no reason for it. Like I'm fine. I think it's just because it's late in the evening and I'm trying to bang out some videos, and I know that I've got to go to bed soon. Like I am tired, but realistically I'm fine, happy, just content. I think that's what it is. I'm just content really. Like there's no other feeling other than content, but a little bit irritated. That's about it. Have you ever kissed in the bathroom? Yes. Are you afraid of spiders? I am. I'm trying to, like, I hate it now because now we have kids. I try not to make it so obvious that I don't like spiders. So when I see a spider, I try to keep my cool, even though I absolutely despise them. But yeah, I don't like spiders. Would you go back in time if you were given the chance? I find questions like this hard. Sorry, my leg's going dead. Sitting in the same position. Would you go back in time if you were given the chance? No. I don't think I would. Like I said, there are things I would like to change and go back and do differently if I could, but only if it meant that I could still have Ted and Ralph. Like, obviously, if I went back in time, I wouldn't even know Ted and Ralph had ever existed, but the way my life is now, I love them too much to ever consider the idea of them not being in the world, because I think they're great little people, and I would hate to, you know, change the fact that they exist, because I want to change a few things which aren't even that deep. Where was the last place you kissed someone? I think I just kissed Matthew on the sofa before we could put the kids to bed. I'm not sure though, I can't remember. I think it was on the sofa. What are your plans for this weekend? Obviously we're in lockdown, so there's like nothing really planned, but we're planning to go on a Zoom call on Saturday with Matthew's family and granddad, because his granddad lives in Australia, so we don't get to see him obviously, but his granddad wants to do a Zoom call with the entire family so that we can all see one another. So that's what we've got planned for Saturday morning. Other than that, again, nothing. We're in lockdown. Life's not that exciting these days. Want to have kids? How many? Do you know what? I always wanted 3 kids. I always told myself I wanted 3 kids, but now I'm not so sure, largely because of timing. Obviously I'm 24 now, you know, I'm still young to have another kid, but obviously I don't really have a career behind me. Like I've done little bits of so many different things, but I don't really have anything fully behind me as a career. I want to finish my degree before I even think about another baby, which is, I've still got 2 years of that left, so that's at least 26, and then it's like, if I was to have another baby, I'd want to be with them until they're at least 2. That takes me up to 28, and the idea of only just getting myself into a career at the age of 28, I don't really like that. But I don't know, it's really like, I always wanted 3. I don't know if I'll have 3. It really depends on how I feel sort of in a year's time, really, because if we was to have another baby, it would be, we'd start trying sort of in a year and a half. So it really depends on how I feel in a year and a half. Like, do I want another baby? Because Ralph's obviously at that age now where like we're about to potty train him. As soon as he's potty trained, that's it. It's like my life becomes a bit more freed up. I can become a bit more carefree than I normally would, because he's sort of grown up a lot now. So there's that to factor in as well. Like, do I want to have the stress of another child? I don't know. I really can't give that answer right now. But if we was to have another baby, we would start sort of trying in a year and a half. So it depends on how I feel in a year and a half. Get back to me in a year and a half and you'll know. Do you have piercings? How many? How do you count ear piercings? Because technically that's 1, 2, but it's one set. It doesn't, but I just have my ears pierced and my nose pierced. I did when I was, I think it was when I was 15, I got my lip pierced, but the ball fell out. The bar obviously then fell out, and by the time I'd ordered a replacement, my lip closed up. And to be honest, I'm grateful for that now, because when I look at lip piercings now, I'm like, they look so tacky. Like, you have to be a very specific person for a lip piercing to suit you, and I'm not one of those people. What is or were your best topics? When I was at secondary school, my subjects were art and health and social care. Health and social care was actually the deadest subject, I can't lie. For someone like me, like I don't know how to put this without causing offence. I'm quite an intelligent person, and I feel like health and social care didn't hit the spot for me in terms of education. Like, that as a subject in secondary school, I don't feel like we learned what we really should have. I feel like it was just kind of, they were really dead lessons. They were boring, and like I wanted to go into health and social care at one point. Like I wanted to go and be a midwife, but realistically, dead subjects, wouldn't recommend. But yeah, I enjoyed art. I really liked art, and I still enjoy art now. I just don't do anything artistic now because it's so, like, obviously doing anything sort of artistic is time consuming. I don't have time for that now with children. Do you miss someone from your past? Other than Harley and my granddad? No, don't miss anyone from my past. What do you crave now? Money. That's about it. Just like, for me, my life's happy as it is, so, but having more money would make it better than it already is. So money. Have you ever broken someone's heart? Yes, I've actually broken Matthew's heart at one point, because obviously when we got together we was really young, and we both broke up with each other God knows how many times at the beginning of our relationship, and we broke each other's hearts God knows how many times. Have you ever been cheated on? Technically, yes. When me and Matthew had been together for 2 years, we broke up and we had a massive argument, and he admitted to me that he kissed another girl on his 18th birthday. Obviously he said to me he was really drunk. I don't, you know, that's no excuse for me, but we was young, and I didn't accept the fact that he had cheated on me. We actually didn't get back together for a long time. This was actually 2 weeks before I found out I was pregnant with Ted. Me and Matthew wasn't together the entire time I was pregnant with Ted. But it was when Ted was born, he was about a month old, that we got back together. So even though, like, I'll sit here and say like, oh, me and Matthew have been together for 9 years, it's not been a solid 9 years, but it's just easier to say 9 years than to say we was together for 2 years and then we broke up and then we got back to, like, it's just long explaining that all the time. It's just easier to say that we've been together for 9 years, because realistically we have 9 years of history, so it's just easier to say that. But yes, we wasn't together when I was pregnant with Ted. So no, I didn't forgive him, you know, and just forget that he did that. You know, that ain't me, sis. But obviously things were a lot different once Ted was born. Like, Matthew had sort of lived out his, you know, teenage boy phase whilst I was pregnant. And he's obviously over that now, and that's why we're happy now and together, and nothing's ever been wrong since. Have you made a boyfriend, girlfriend cry? I think at some point I may have made Matthew cry, but I don't know. Matthew's not an emotional person. When we first got together, he was a bit more, like, he wasn't really emotional, but he was a bit more emotional than he is now, because, like, now he's not emotional at all. It would take, I don't even know what it would take to make him cry. Like, I don't know how I could make him cry, other than even breaking up with him. I don't even think that would make him cry, because it's not quite the same. Like, I don't know. I've asked him this before, you know, and he actually doesn't have an answer for me. He doesn't know what I could do to make him cry. What irritates you now? Lazy people. Lazy people. I hate lazy people who sit there and moan and complain about their life and don't actively do anything to change that. Your life's not going to get any better if you don't do anything to change it. Like, I don't know what people expect. Like, do you just expect things to just land in front of you? Like, oh, I want a job as so-and-so. You really think you're going to just get hired for a job without even applying? Like, I don't understand. People that moan about their life not being how they want it and not doing anything to actively change it, really irritate the crap out of me. Anyone love you? My husband loves me. My kids love me. My family love me. What's your favourite colour? Pink. My favourite colour is definitely pink. That's why my hair is pink. Do you have trust issues? No, I'm not like, I think like any normal person, if Matthew started acting a bit strange, then yeah, I would be like, what the hell are you doing? But everyday life, no, I don't have trust issues. I just, to be honest, Matthew's so lazy. Other than going to work, like, he's a hard worker, going to work, he's a hard worker, but when it comes to coming, other than that, outside of work, he's pretty damn lazy. I don't think he could be bothered cheating on me. I can't lie. What was your last dream with? I actually can't remember what my last dream is. I can't remember the last dream I had. Who was the last person you cried with? I normally just sit and cry to myself. I don't cry with anyone. But the last person I did cry with was Matthew. But they didn't cry. He didn't cry with me, obviously. It was just me crying to him. Do you give second chances too easily? No, I don't. Like, I've had a lot of friendships that have sort of gone down the drain because of things they've done wrong, and I haven't spoken to them in years, and it's now that we're adults actually that we've become friends. A lot of us have become friends again, but it's like, I wouldn't forgive someone. It depends on what someone's done. Like, it really depends on what someone's done. It depends on if what they've done is deep. Would I give a second chance? But I don't give second chances easily. Is it easier to forgive or forget? Definitely easier to forgive. It's easier to forgive someone because you could, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm trying to get my words together. You can't just forget what someone's done. You never should forget what someone's done. Forgive them, yeah, but you should never ever forget what someone's done, because that gives them the pathway to do that stuff again and ruin your life. And again, forgive, yeah, don't forget. I'm gonna answer one more question because this video is getting hella long. Where did we get up to? I'll do 40 questions. We're on 38. Is this year the best year of your life? Hell no, we're in lockdown. It's been the worst year of my life so far. How old were you when you had your first kiss? I was 15. And funnily enough, Matthew wasn't my first kiss. It was actually one of his close friends. I actually went out with one of Matthew's close friends for like 4 weeks before I got with Matthew. But yeah, his friend was actually my first kiss. And then last question, have you ever come out completely naked? I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means like, have I ever gone outside completely naked? The answer to that would be no, I have not. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do it. As I said, I'm insecure about my body. There ain't no way I'm going out anywhere naked, other than in my house or hotel. Right, okay, there was like another 20 questions, but this video is getting hella long, so we'll leave that there. I feel like that lets you know a bit more about me and my life, especially my life with Matthew, because it's all well and good like sitting here and acting like, oh yeah, me and Matthew have been together since I was 15, blah blah blah, life's so sweet and dandy. It's not. Like I said, we was together for 2 years, and then we was apart for like 10 months. And then we got back together. It was a bit rocky when we first got back together after having Ted, but for sort of the past 5, 6 years, we have been perfectly fine. Hence why we got married. But no, it's not always easy, and it's not always like I said, it's not always easy to just forget what people have done either. Like, obviously I've forgiven Matthew for like everything that's happened, but I'll never forget, like, sis, you ever do me wrong again, it's over, bitch. I don't fuck around. Like, I've made it very clear to Matthew where, like, how things stand. Like, we're happy because we trust one another, but we're both very aware of if the other one fucks up, that's it, done. Like, but like, that's what I mean, we both fully trust in each other that we're not gonna fuck up, so it's cool. But it's just, you know, not every relationship is perfect, and that's why I don't judge other people in their relationships, because it's like, I sit here and think, if I told everyone all the things that have happened between me and Matthew, they'd be like, why the heck did you get back with him? But the thing is, the past, like I said, the past 5, 6 years, things have been perfect between us. Which is why I'll never judge someone else's relationship, because you can't guarantee what's going to work and what's not going to work, and it really is down to the person who's in that situation to work it out for themselves. It'll either go right or go wrong. At the end of the day, life will give you what life feels you should have. I'm a very big believer in everything happens for a reason, so you know. Anyways, I'm rambling. That's the end of the video. I hope this was interesting. Get to know a bit about me, know that my life's not perfect, and that's why I try to be as humble as possible, but I can still be a bit of a judgmental cow because, you know, work hard, play hard. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in another one.